You got the sus music happening. Some time has indeed passed, and we haven't been here for a minute.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life. Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Maripede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
Freedom. How could you forget that? Masquerade of the guilty. Who's gonna be guilty? I'm so curious. Also, I've been singing the Masquerade song since this came out. You know, the Masquerade song from Phantom of the Opera. It seemed very fitting since, you know, everybody's wearing a mask. It just seems super, super sus. Here we come. Oh, look, guys, I upgraded Alhetham to 90. I'm so proud of him. I worked so hard. Hi.
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Maripede via the regular channels.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and... Huh?
Excuse me?
What's happening? I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
The word tremor reminds me of something that's not relevant at all to this right now, but I'll explain in a minute. Oh my god. Have you guys... I don't know if any of you guys... I think I've mentioned it before, Club Penguin. I played when I was growing up. But there was this game on the DS that was called, Herbert's Revenge. You know, Herbert was the polar bear. How do I get this to work? It'll... Can't call it... Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, Herbert was the bear, and he was evil. He was a polar bear. And there was like this one part where there's tremors all over the island, and you can't figure out what it is. And it's just Herbert in this like weird like device that he created that's just like freaking gouging holes in the ice, like a tunnel through the ice. It's really funny. Oh my god, you're so slow! Come back! We're going to the surface. We're going to the surface. We're going to the surface. I wonder if I can swim around here again and not get shot every time I do it. Oh my god. That was so wild when that happened the first time. I was like, what is going on? And then I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be a criminal. Wait, I might need to talk to somebody. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. I killed Alhetham already. He just got leveled up and he's dead. Yay. Okay, oh, they want us to go to the office. Well, why? I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I was leaving. I guess I'm not. Going to go talk to His Royal Highness. This is gonna be so awkward to edit. Ow. Just like... There's like cords everywhere. What is happening?
Your Grace?
Why are you calling him that? Just call him Wriothesley.
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened.
That's what I was on my way to do, but you know, whatever.
By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Actually, today is the day we say goodbye.
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep.
It's you two. Are you leaving now?
Oh, this chick.
That's right. Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice.
A lot of people have helped us out.
Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well, you actually agreed.
Oh, I cut him off from saying
No
let's
worries,
go.
You must be busy. Paimon was just joking.
I wanted to hear him say that.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
Nah, it's alright. So he can come along, but she doesn't need to? Alright. I see our priorities here.
Paimon really likes the cafeteria here. The chefs sure do know how to make good grub.
Do they, though?
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Maripede is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. And since neuvillette was the one who asked us to come here, we should probably go report to him now. Next up, the Palais Mermonia. You're going to see Monsieur Neuvillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
Oh no. They've made some rather good, additions to the game lately. They've, now set the commissions where you can earn them based on, like, actual, like, you know, exploration and stuff, like collecting chests and stuff. Solving puzzles will count towards your daily commissions, which it should, honestly. Like, it is annoying to try to do the commission. Oh, look at how I hate them, my poor sir. What do you want from me? I don't care, I want the main quest. But I want the main quest. No, I want the main quest. But I want the main quest. Is it finally free? Oh my goodness, y'all. It's the longest 10 minutes of my life. I'm coming, neuvillette. Get me out of this symphony of violins. I can't stand it.
Sure is buzzing with activity today.
It is indeed.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in.
Everyone's so
Her little
busy.
wings.
Seems a lot has been happening. Neuvillette!
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's alright, we just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
Years pass. Days, months, hours, years.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Maripede, and it appears that you have managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
We told him everything.
Massive whale.
A massive whale indeed.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea.
Massive whale just sounds like child's whale, right?
A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? Is he okay?
He's not from Fontaine, yeah.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
There's something we'd like to ask you about.
Yes? What is it?
What was the tremor we felt earlier?
Ah, right! Paimon felt it too! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
The water levels rose? Oh no! What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time, and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately
Of course you
formulate
can't.
disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I've finished things here.
Okay.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful.
What could it be?
Oh no! What happened here? Navia should be around here,
No,
right?
I'm sure they're okay. There's people on. There's this guy on top of the house.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
I just saw the guy on the house.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the roof over there.
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right, just hurry.
Disaster victim M. Somehow these situations are always funny in Genshin for some reason.
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own?
Oh, that's sad.
My Desiree!
Okay, but that cry was kind of funny.
He looks pretty sad.
My leg. How could this have happened? It hurts.
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
I feel like living near the water, you'd have like procedures for this kind of stuff. Like, I know where I live, we do. Like, why wouldn't you have that? I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, did I miss a... a Hydroculus. Come to me. I have to save Alhaitham first. There we go.
It's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
you're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right, you'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Ah, right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded in the waterways. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere.
It sounds like she's speaking away from the microphone.
The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water, leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared. They were all dissolved.
Yeah, because of the, it's the water from the primordial sea, yeah.
Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately,
This is really depressing.
the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still haven't completed the head count, but we'll have some numbers soon.
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
And we're here to help.
Thank you.
My mouse fell asleep.
So willing to help in a moment of
It was
crisis
so
like
long
this.
since I used it.
You don't know how much it means to me. I really can't express how grateful I am.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Oh no.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
I'll be right there. Sorry, I need to go for now.
Oh no, she lost her 2 bodyguards, didn't she?
And out she goes.
They probably tried to help
It might
save
be a while
people.
before she can take a break.
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my own matters.
I literally saw a comment. I hadn't even played this yet. I didn't realize it was a spoiler. But I saw a comment. Because, you know, Navia is coming out in a few days. The next 5-star. I've been waiting for her for so long. So I watched the video for Genshin. And someone had commented on it about how she lost Milus and Silver. And I was like, what the heck are they talking about? And I was like, haha, or whatever. seems like she might have actually lost them.
Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render assistance. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh? Right now?
Okay. We understand, apparently.
Thank you.
No. Are you kidding me?
Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
I feel like this is kind of accurate to real life.
Navia?
There's no need to push yourself.
Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver... They won't ever come back here again. What should I do, Papa?
That's so hard.
Huh? What happened to them?
They died, Paimon.
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still... I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just... gone. I just can't...
Everything looks so clean after it rains.
I like
Even the
his voice.
gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
With his shades.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
How could Master ever be upset with you, demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, demoiselle.
It's so expensive. I'm getting buried. It's so expensive.
Hey, stop
You should do it
joking
in
around.
advance.
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you...
What about her?
The two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests.
But they don't have bodies.
But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else. I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise.
There's nothing she can do about it. It's not her fault.
I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Thank you. Right now, you don't know how much that means. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Oberna, Khan, Burnett, Giverny,
Oh, I wouldn't know how to say that.
Karina, Daisy Ray, Joinville, Julianne, Esson, as well as Malus and Silver. So, everyone else is safe. But still...
Oh, that's a tragedy when it's that many people.
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
No one's sacrifice is truly necessary.
Right! Don't think that way, Navia.
One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure. But that isn't something we should ever consider a trade.
Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
They chose to do it.
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
The comfy music.
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
Oh, Her Royal Highness.
The knave? What are you doing here?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. That doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments.
You know
We were
she's gonna
already
want something
here,
out of it,
in
though.
any case, so it was nothing.
You just happen to be in the area. You're probably the one that caused this whole thing.
That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that.
I do remember her saying that.
Do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves.
Yeah.
I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words.
But if they truly meant
Right now,
it...
there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of.
Sounds weird.
And the children need my attention. By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Maripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals.
So, the time for jolly cooperation has come.
Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you.
Oh, really?
During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times, and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck, and at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue effort.
So, that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you, which is why I want to give you this task.
Are you sure this will be okay? Can you trust an outsider like me?
The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh, that somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
No, she might actually need to be around people right now.
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing. There's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something, a distraction, to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
The position of the camera is by no means precarious. Navia is strong, but she needs company right now. Yes, that's what I was saying. We can be that company if she goes to explore the ruins with us.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you say, Traveler?
Let's go.
All right. The ruins are to the south of Poisson. Here's the map.
Ho ho ho! Place of secrets. Possible rewards. Nothing. Okay. Is this really good enough? I might put in Nikita instead.
Time to broaden the horizons again.
supposed to be full of secrets. And oh, chest. Hi. I love how we know hilly trolls are not bad and we proceed to fight them. I know that they're mischievous and they will, like, take people out.
Well, what the?
Commit to memory. Rest and rebuild.
No! Your sins weigh upon your soul.
Ooh, I just got the frickin' air again. Jeez.
Here isn't safe.
Scared me. Just.
I see everything.
Got some somber music.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
How would you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I guess you would
a lot
know.
of it, too. A Fontainian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
You should get back to safety.
Right. You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not saying you're useless.
Traveler's like, shut up, Paimon, you're being an asshole.
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you.
I thought this is where she was gonna be, but I'm actually not from Fontaine.
That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. So, staying here wouldn't be safe either. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Come with us for now then, but please be careful.
She can't dissolve. She's a 5-star character, right? I'm basing it off of that.
Oh no, it's a dead end. Let's try climbing over from the side.
Did you see I'll hate them? He really wanted to jump in. He's like, haha, I'm from Sumeru. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I can't. Oh, he really wants to, though. That's so funny. Okay, let's see. Oh, can I break it? No, I can't. That's not satisfying. Oh no.
Something wrong with this bridge. Run!
Cutscene, cutscene. We can get her. We're not gonna die. Oh my. Oh, this is interesting development. She's fine. She's not from Fontaine.
Demoiselle.
Huh?
Oh, never mind.
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Maloose.
Hmm? Oh. Was I sleeping?
Yes, it would appear so.
Indeed.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot. Whew. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. Have I? This is a familiar feeling, yet something's a little strange.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Maloose. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
It's like they're underwater, y'all.
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why, I wasn't even the guarantor for that person. They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor, Obina, was getting fed up with them.
Sometimes force is required to calm someone down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia again?
Oh, yes. One moment, I have it right here. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become very big and beautiful once they bloom. I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a little token of our appreciation. I hope you won't refuse.
Ah, did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much.
Or are we talking about flower pots?
Maloose, we do still have some empty flower pots at home, right?
Why?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
This is making me I need to know what's happening.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
Very well.
Wait. Something seems to be off here. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett, correct?
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but your name seemed familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previously. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here? Where did everyone go?
We must mind the time, Demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Huh? We do? Like what?
Well, now, did you forget?
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
My trial? Wait, why would I need to go to the Opera House?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time now, so we should get going.
Oh? All right then.
I am weirded out. I don't know what's happening. Wait. Masquerade the guilty. Maybe Farina knows something about it. She has
Look,
to,
it's
right?
Navia. She's here.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness. Everyone's finally here.
Why does she look like she's ready to, make someone look guilty? Like, she's like, I'm ready to catch them in the act. Yeah, they're still underwater.
There are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. I even know some of these people.
So Farina must be able to see both sides of it. The people that have gone in the frickin' water and the people that have not gone in the water.
Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And why do I have no recollection of this case? And as for the judge... huh? Where's Monsieur Neuvillette?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
Oh, Lord.
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rasula, someone held in high regard by every soul in Poisson. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rasula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable.
What?
We are one big family. All of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you.
So sus.
Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Forever, guys.
Huh?
Forever.
What are you saying? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be willing to be with you all, but what is the purpose of having me stand here like this? What is there to discuss?
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
How wonderful, Miss Navia!
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty!
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
I mean, technically, though, she let it tie her down, but alright.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontainians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everyone. Water accepts all, blends with all. It will surely accept her kindness.
I don't know French at all, okay? But the fact that he's saying that everyone must be together, must blend together, and this is like his whole shebang, and his name has the word join in it, is really funny.
Everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro. and in the end, everyone shall meld together. Thus, when a unanimous opinion emerges, that opinion represents justice. Now, I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
And you would call this justice?
Preposterous.
Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual.
So she's fighting the dissolving, right? And they're trying to fight for her to get her back.
Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is
wild.
flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver and I shall defend Demoiselle. And that is how we will enforce justice.
My head... It hurts.
Demoiselle.
Silver, it hurts. My head is spinning. All I can see is stars swirling in front of me. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to the very end.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute
Oh, that's
justice.
so terrifying.
We are the will of all. Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia here with us!
Mr.
Some
Malus
obscure
and Mr.
version of
Silver,
justice.
Must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us.
Was that Farina?
After all that happened, she
Oh,
should
it's
not
the-
be left alone in Poisson.
It's a, what do you call it? What is it called?
What are you saying?
No more excuses!
She says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
So she's finally seeing them for how they actually look.
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss Navia, she...
Silence.
Neuvillette!
That's... Monsieur Neuvillette!
He said he'd show up.
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial.
Yes, tell them like it is, sir.
The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, Demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind or something?
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
I feel so bad for her.
Silver.
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye, Demoiselle.
Neuvillette, always the hero.
Farewell.
But we're here for it. Oh, that was rough.
No, wait! Just a second!
Hey, Navia?
You're awake? Good.
Hello, sir.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could give you a hug.
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I...
What is it?
I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you.
Aww, we know who it was.
Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
Oh god, don't bring up Vache again. I'll hear the name for days.
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Hmm? Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about?
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about, right?
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing to talk about?
I suppose so.
By the way, Sigewinne sends her regards.
Ah, Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the Fortress of Meropide has not been too much for her, has it?
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's an amazing head nurse.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewinne made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been
Don't throw him under the bus.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the Fortress of Meropide.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then.
Paimon, you're the expert, you know. You can talk about anything.
So, Neuvillette, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Yes, of course.
Of course he is.
Going anywhere.
It's like trying to have date conversation with Neuvillette.
How did you find these ruins? Did the maid tell you?
It's so awkward.
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought you'd wrap things up so quickly?
I hope Navia can get back on her feet.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then! Hey! Allow me!
Nowhere to run!
The process of elimination.
Oh man, it missed him.
Judgment is upon us.
Whoa, why did it zoom out so far?
Oh no, another unstable path. Watch your step.
I knew something sus was gonna happen. Jesus, no! I fell off. Oh, the music is sus. How do I get up now? Okay, there we go. Come on, Sino. No! God, this is infuriating. I have to die again. Okay.
Here you are.
I'm cheating, but it's easier than dying, you know?
Watch out! There are rocks falling over here! Fatigue is setting in.
Quicker.
Chest anywhere? Priorities? Okay. No, I don't see any chests. No! That's infuriating. Chest. Nom nom nom. Hello.
Yeah. I see everything.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Guilty. He's been condemned. My judgment.
Damn it. I knew he wouldn't last too long because he didn't have much health left. I was trying to be careful. Just no, okay. Okay, so we gotta use the little thingy once we get up there. I wonder if Neuvillette knows anything about this place.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
There seems to be something on the wall.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Well, we know that that's her sitting on her throne. But I can't really tell with these. It looks like she's in the middle of a circle of people dancing around her, which is always, you know, great. Looks like a cult
we should
to me.
just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
And the surrounding walls also
Oh,
show
they're
signs
bowing
of
to her.
damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past. Say what?
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this... what is this? Some kind of island in the sky?
Could it be that place that got destroyed? That research lab or something?
And is that Lady Farina in the third image?
Yeah, it's definitely a cult.
Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
Oh, she's going in water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
Her crying on her throne, yeah.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
Okay, fancy.
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate. I am very sorry.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette.
He tried.
Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
Even Superman has a kryptonite.
Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them together.
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
The second one is also quite concerning. What sin are the people in the images confessing to?
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy? Does that mean that someone, or some people, once saw these slates?
It's the economy of Fontaine.
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
Neuvillette's like, it was me.
Clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here, so let's head back first.
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Sure you don't want to, like, take some photos?
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how it is. There's some things you just need to be there for yourself.
You still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat.
Just head back to the Fleuve Cendre and have a rest then. Thanks for keeping me company all this time.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well, everyone. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stone slates. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Okay.
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly? Will that be a problem? Paimon's getting a little scared now that it's come to this.
I'm not worried about him. He can take on Farina.
She has long been harboring secrets and will not give them up easily, which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands the present situation.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then. You're probably the best person to talk to her anyway.
Yep.
I will be carefully considering my words tonight.
Traveler, Paimon, Our safe house at the Fleuve-Cendre is always open to you, as ever. So please don't think you're an imposition. All right. I'll be on my way then.
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two tonight.
Yay! And there's good food too! Navia, no, the boss is the best.
Oh, it makes me hungry.
Nice, these are all Paimons!
I love garlic bread.
Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Is that Mona? It is!
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
I love Mona. She's awesome.
Mona?
Lady Magistus.
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontainian, are you, Mona?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Quite unexpectedly, if I might add. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadter surname?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one.
And may I ask what your master's name is?
Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
What the heck?
Whoa, that's a long one. Does it also mean great or something?
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice-as-great Scholar of the Stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice as great? That's so petty.
I know, right?
It is.
That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Yeah, because she's got to be better, right?
Talk about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deeply.
How about triple strength traveler or triple appetite pie?
That sounds terrible. But anyway, you're not Fontainian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt, right?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dornman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's waters.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same.
I guess so, but also, I was like kind of concerned when Paimon just said that, because I was like, wait, what if Mona's like, what? What are you talking about?
There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean.
Did you come to Fontaine because of the prophecy?
That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and less scary.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Tevat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar.
I need to ascertain the accuracy of the prophecy. Could you help me get in touch with the master?
Are you sure?
I'm gonna meet Clee's mom.
Right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look.
Are we actually gonna meet her?
I'll tell you once I hear back from her.
Aw, I really want to meet her. I feel like they've been baiting us forever.
Thanks, Mona. You're amazing as always.
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So yes, your praises are quite welcome.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you. Of all the people we know, you know the star's the best.
Indeed, indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Paimon.
If Paimon hadn't spoken for you, it'd be you getting all the weird looks. The things Paimon does for you.
Right. And the things I do, you know, protecting you, cooking for you, trying to keep you from, you know, making mistakes.
That's more like it. Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up, traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's pack it up and get going.
Let's go see His Royal Highness. Ta-da! Alright. Farina is ready to take on some bad guys, though she's not that strong yet, so just pretend like she's doing a good job, right? Let's just pretend like she's great.
You're here! Finally!
Hello? What's up?
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten into a dispute. Please go see for yourself.
Oh lord, here we go.
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us.
Oh no.
It is not my intention to
Oh,
offend
no.
you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again.
Oh, he said he's not gonna have it happen again. Oh no, fight. Please fight.
I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Yeah, it's crazy that all those ruins were underneath that tiny little slab. I'm just kidding. They were like under the mountains, right?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that.
Well, I mean, you've made yourself very suspicious, so that's all I gotta say.
But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct. Which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different images that seem to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
Oh no.
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon?
I mean, Nahida doesn't, right? For obvious reasons. I think most of the Archons don't know much about the previous Archon, right?
My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing?
I think she knows something.
I understand your concerns,
I don't trust her.
but I'm
I don't
sorry.
believe her.
I just don't have anything to tell you.
Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, side-eye.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries.
Well, she's been cursed, right? At least that's the impression that we have. Maybe along with that curse, she is in the dark about everything regarding her position as well. So the person not only wants to prohibit her, or whoever cursed her, or whatever cursed her, not only wants to prohibit her from using her powers and being an actual Archon, but also possessing any of the knowledge of an actual Archon.
You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. Yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
That got me so bad.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it.
Are you, though? Are you really?
There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eunuchs, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead.
Why is she so much louder than she was 2 seconds ago?
Just trust in me. You're Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine.
Yeah, well, he's supposed to, you know, keep stuff from hitting the fan, so...
That's all I have to say.
He's gotta be 2 steps ahead of you.
We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
He's so annoyed. There she goes.
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling. She didn't seem in the mood to care if we were listening in or not.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Indeed.
Oh, you noticed. Seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage?
Because she's Farina. We need to make her understand how dire the situation is. I think she knows it is.
Everyone in her inner
I think
circle
she's just
has
gonna
noticed
do
that she
the
is hiding some
same
secret.
thing that she's always
The
done,
issue
because she
is her
doesn't know
attitude.
anything else.
I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Ooh, I'm here for that.
Oh? Like what?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't just slip away at the first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can.
He thinks real hard.
If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this.
In that case, we will need help.
But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
We have an idea who. I think she'll be down. I really love this Fatui Harbinger. She's so cool.
Well, that's everyone, huh?
Like, she's formidable, but she's not, like, only formidable. Like, she's actually got, like, a full-fledged character. Like, not that the other people didn't, but she's got a more well-rounded character. At least in my opinion. I mean, I'm not including Scaramouche in this discussion, since he's not technically a Fatui Harbinger anymore.
Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
She can drink tea anywhere, anytime.
That's what families should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
He's gonna be like, oh god, not me.
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to
It's
cut to
awkward.
the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand, and used on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory
she's gonna be
tricks
so
to impress your
mad.
boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
What does that mean? Oh my god. Oh. That was weird.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Maybe, if you consider, like, us hunting, like, boar and the snow boar.
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
Fishing is not hunting.
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard. but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus.
Sounds familiar.
Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
Okay, chill on the arrogant, Lenny. Chill on the arrogant.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach. That's the kind of method I would count on.
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads of fish.
Yeah, I'm just joking about Lenny. He's not really that arrogant, but that phrase definitely had some arrogance to it.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
Really?
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question.
That is
for
true.
you, Monsieur.
But you'd still think that he would, like, know how to lure her, at least, because, I mean, he's done, I don't know. I feel like he's done stuff to be able to get her to be where he wants her to be, but maybe not.
If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why is that?
Because
only a hunter who's a true
can't
expert
think of
at
how to
subduing
explain
their
it.
prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
Is it though?
So, are we going hunting together?
Huh. We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
Corinne's hunting metaphor was just that, a metaphor. You not call this a hunt because that is not what you should do at present, nor has the relationship between you and Frida reached such a dire stage. I feel like this is very a very personal, like, I don't know. What you need is simply the secret she is keeping. Attempting to take her secrets is an act of sacrilegious disrespect, but must be done to prevent Fontaine from sinking into the waters as foretold in the prophecy. There's neither hunter nor prey, but there must be a trap. That is what you will need. In a lot of things I've, like, read or, you know, whatever, with prophecies, you can't prevent the prophecy. You can, like, maybe somehow alter it, I guess, or, like, I don't know, the prophecy is worded in such a way that it makes you think that it's going to be this certain way, and it actually ends up being way different than you think. But you can't actually change the prophecy. Like, that's not the... Like, you can't prevent it, I guess is the best way to say it. You cannot prevent the prophecy. So, I don't know why it said that. That's just wild to think that you could, but I guess maybe you can. In this world. Alright, Farina, you know nothing about what's happening right now. Nothing. Oh, there they go. Shooting at stuff.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening.
Those meetings sure did make me hungry.
Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty fired up, huh? Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised.
We just kept trying to shoot at the fire barrel the whole time. Do you feel more confident after the meetings, Paimon?
Well... It's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Huh?
Is something wrong?
Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all.
No, I didn't.
Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Who's that voice? But there's no one here.
Oh my god, is it Alice?
Ah, have you forgotten me already?
Wait, you are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong. Though, not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an irresistible hobby of mine, after all.
Who are you and what do you want with us? Stop being so nosy.
Consider me a passerby. Just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple.
A passerby with too much power. Friend's disciple. Yeah, it's Alice. For sure. Allow me to ask you, will Fontaine's prophecy come true? You can't prevent a prophecy. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
But the cool thing about a prophecy is it doesn't have to go the way that you think that it's gonna go.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed?
There it is again, fate. Can there really be no exceptions?
Ah, so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall?
Fair.
Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
The tea in the teacup is just about gone as well.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part. This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
It's not like we poured the tea.
The voice. It's gone.
That was weird. Oh, we love that.
I want to hear someone talking.
We love waking up and then there's someone immediately there. I hate it when I wake up and there's immediately something I have to do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of those people that I get up in the morning and I'm like, okay. Like, I literally get up early so that I can, like, wash my face and, like, you know, take a few minutes to, like, relax, whether it's, like, reading or writing or, you know, some sort of hobby that, like, relaxes me. You know, maybe listen to some music and, I don't know, clean or something. But it's just, like, I don't like to, like, immediately get up and do stuff. Like, I just, I don't know.
Alright, coming!
You're getting more and more diligent, Paimon.
Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Excuse me, I'm out fighting monsters every day. You haven't helped me once.
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
How have you been?
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel. It turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Not all Fontainians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her.
Interesting.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Oh no.
Why, yes! It was Charlotte. You remember her, right? That daredevil journalist? I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
Interesting that Charlotte would be saying that, as she is a journalist.
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up.
She already visited us.
Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
I believe she came to pass a message.
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost.
More like loves to pry.
But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
Damn.
Whoa. The Hexen Circle sounds like a scary group. But they must really stay in shape to live so long.
So wait. The one we talked to wasn't Alice then. It was the one older than Alice? Question mark?
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
I think all the mages are gonna be pretty cool. I don't care who it is. They're all probably really, really awesome.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now.
True, her words were meant to be as a helpful hint. But when will we realize their value and meaning? What was the best answer that my question could have gotten?
Traveler, Paimon, are you two alright?
Oh, we're fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of feels like the end is coming, you know?
I see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed.
Yeah, this is her whole thing. Get ready.
But even so, I still hope for and believe in miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful.
She was doing the Mondstadt pose with the hand over the heart, like, we can do this.
Perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone. I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do have a point.
God, her voice is just so good. I've always loved the voice actress for Mona. I just always felt like her voice is so unique, you know?
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related stuff. I need to get going.
And she's well-spoken. Like you'd expect someone like her to be. You know, like someone that's like she's got a lot of knowledge, and she's not arrogant, but she does like to show off. You know, she's somewhere in between prideful and arrogant, right? And so she sounds like she uses that, like, I don't know, just the way she talks, it's like you can hear her like, quote-unquote smartness, you know? But at the same time, it's not too much, you know? But it's not, it's there, you know? Don't worry about it, Mona, and thank you.
It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did.
She does really care about everybody, though.
I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said, but also kind of sad, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Traveler. Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's go.
Here we are, folks.
Huh? Our names are written in this newspaper. What's going on?
We're already famous.
Let Paimon see. The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy. But that does not mean that others cannot interact with it. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report?
Oh no.
A blind adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress.
White fairy, she's gonna be so mad about that.
So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, World Walker.
What does that mean?
Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead?
That's rude. She's gonna be on our case soon.
Seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will forgive her this time. Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake!
We want one.
It was so delicious the last time we tried it. Despite the tense situation we were in, let's give it another go. Paimon's sure it'll be great.
We can't let anyone get ahead of us.
One slice of cake, please.
someone showed up after all. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Neuvillette was right. You really can eat.
Wait, did he really say something like that?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me, I love the cake and coffee here.
Do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake and coffee.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon, and you wouldn't get to eat cake here anymore? What would you think?
But why would it close?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe the waters will rise tomorrow. You know, like in the prophecy.
Oh my god, Paimon, why you gotta bring everybody's day down?
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No, still, even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today.
That's fair, and also she's not gonna drown. Well, not that she would drown, I mean, just dissolve, right?
No, it's
would a
the same
melusine
for
still
eating
dissolve?
in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow, but if you can do so today, then you should carry on. That's what people call living, you know.
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more slices of cake to go? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans.
Interesting. You're way cuter than Sijuin.
She says that humans are creatures that are saddened easily, yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here. I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right? Bye.
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. I'm sure this cake will be delicious. It's more delicious than last time, and the flavor gets even better with a sip of tea. It sure would be nice if we could come again tomorrow. Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious food here.
We've always managed to save the day. Why would today be any different?
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote about you?
Ha! You've got some nerve! You just used us to make some quick mora!
Can we negotiate a profit split?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It appears you didn't receive it, though. It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended for you. I've even set the table with some food.
Really? Oh, you're the best!
That's all you need to do to win Paimon over.
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a journalist with ulterior motives, you'd be in trouble now, you know.
Oh, Paimon knows you're not like that.
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you looking for me?
When Mona mentioned you, we thought of coming to see you at work.
I see. It seems you've already bumped into Mona here in Fontaine. So she mentioned me? What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an exclusive interview with the legendary Traveler and Paimon?
Huh? So your article in the paper today doesn't count?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk about the things you've seen and experienced.
You seriously want to interview me?
Yeah. Are we even qualified enough?
Why not? If I say you're worth an
I
interview,
think
then
we're
you're
qualified.
worth
I just don't
it. But not right now,
know
of
if
course.
people should
I'll need a few
know.
days to prepare.
Oh. In that case, we'll just chat when you have the time then?
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. I'll have to apply for lighting, a venue, some props, and... Whew, so much to get done now. Talk to you later.
Bye, Charlotte.
Wait, Charlotte. Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
just for example, Fontaine were to be flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never once thought that the day could be tomorrow. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist first and foremost. That means I have a duty to be reporting from the scene. And secondly, I wouldn't forsake my homeland that easily.
That's tough. I could never do that.
From what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass.
I would have to leave.
In truth, it might be better just to behave like normal rather than worry over such an end. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but I've always believed that it's best to do what you enjoy. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, then the story I would wind up writing would truly be timeless.
But how can you focus on that when there's so many people that, you know, you should be writing about? Like, I don't know.
And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon as possible. I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love
Clearly
my job,
she's both of those, but alright.
I'd be proud of leaving such an article behind. I guess you could say that I was born to be a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
Spoken like
that's
a
my
journalist.
answer. And on that note, I'll get back to my preparations.
Bye, Charlotte.
That's so nice. All of a sudden, Paimon actually kinda envies her.
I don't know what to think of her.
Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh? Paimon's been thinking.
What about?
If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do?
Oh, Genshin, don't start doing this to me. I don't know what I would think. I don't know what I would do. What would life be like without my dailies?
No,
I don't know.
Paimon should
Can't
ask
go back.
if you could choose, what would you like to do?
Play another open world game so I don't feel sad, lonely.
We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time thinking about these kinds of things. We didn't have to either, with us always being on the road and whatnot.
It's like freaking like the Jeep thing. Cherishing every single moment that I have to look upon this world.
Huh.
Wow, I said that with such a serious
We've always
face.
been doing?
Yeah, that's true. That is what Genshin teaches us, huh? The banter goes back and forth between the two of you as time slips by. As night falls, you return to your accommodations and end this busy day. The next few days are just as calm. Charlotte comes to find you and conducts the interview in the Spina de Rosula safe house at the Fleuve Cinder. Navia, having finished her business in Poisson, even drops by to take a photo with the two of you. All goes well. Until the day it doesn't.
Feels like you'll grow mold if you stay here long enough. But it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede, that's for sure. It's not only damp there, but salty too.
Ah, so the two of you are still here. Wonderful.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Neuvillette sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the Fortress of Mirapede.
So are you under the impression that we might be wanted criminals?
Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Actually, I'm here to pass along a message from him.
Let's hear it.
Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious. Lady Farina was watching a performance at the Opera House, and while she was resting during an intermission, some other audience members suddenly started harassing her, loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis. And before she could respond, others started to join in. The crowd continued to grow, and protests against the Hydro Archon started to break out.
So people have started to put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure they've been under due to the prophecy.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is customary. But the moment people feel threatened, gods are also the first to be blamed.
So what happened after that? Is Farina okay?
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, she claimed that she'd gotten tired of this and left in a hurry. The Marechaussee Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Farina had gone. Only when things had stabilized did we realize that she had gone missing.
Wow.
So, you mean she's still missing?
That's right. The Marechaussee has dispatched many people to search for her, but we don't have any leads yet. That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is a god after all. Even if she were to fall into the hands of rioters, what could ordinary people do to her?
I understand the situation.
Good. Monsieur Neuvillette sent me to tell you about the situation, but he didn't say anything else.
Don't worry, this is more than enough to go on. Thanks for keeping us informed.
Is that so? Well, all right then. In that case, you two take care. I'll be heading back to the Palais now.
The plan's in motion.
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then.
You sure caught on quickly.
If we know Farina, she won't try to fix things in this situation. Instead, she'll look for a place to wait out the heat. And, as we also know, she may be loud and dramatic, but she doesn't have a heart of stone. When Neuvillette was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, and she heard about Poisson, she couldn't hide her sadness and remorse. It would be hard for her to ignore being accused by the public today. Paimon thinks Farina's probably taken the opportunity to slip away to Poisson and try to relieve the sense of guilt that she's feeling. Huh. Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course, but Paimon can do the analysis to back it up too. Cool, huh?
I see becoming a detective's done you some good.
In that case, there's not a moment to lose. Poisson, here we come!